Hello, fellow lunatics. The conjunction of Mars to the Sun. This happens to occur every 2 years, 26 months to be precise. And it's in the sign of Capricorn. And we haven't seen that conjunction in this part of our sky since 1979 and also since 1993. That would be December of 93 and January of 79. And each of those times, you add approximately 24 months to understand the meaning of Mars in the sign of resources, the sign of the sea goat, the sign of what we want to climb, what mountain we want to climb to accomplish something in a steadfast, enduring way with action and discipline. That's Capricorn, and that's Mars in this part of the sky. At the same time, Mars is out of bounds. He's a rule breaker. He's a maverick. He does it his way. It's that old Frank Sinatra song, I did it my way. And at the very same time, we also have an assembly of planets. Mercury, Venus, and Mars are here. That takes us back to the 1993-94 kind of energy. And that's the closest comparison we have. When Mars rises, so do you. It's not a one-day transit. It's actually a 2-year reset button in one area of your life. And the last time this happened, everyone, was 2011. And before that, 1979. And think back. What changed in those 2 years, 2011 to 13 and 1979 to 1981? Because it is happening again. And this time you get to ride this 2-year change cycle consciously. The next 26 months of your life, you are going to find a new area of life in which you are rising to greater visibility, greater passion, greater purpose, and greater success. And you'll be making decisions in a way that are literally, without a doubt, based on what choices you really need to make in your life. For Mars is the Lord of choosing, deciding, and ending what must end so we can move forward in a new direction. And I will give you some historical perspective as well to do with where Mars rose last time. So Mars rose in January of 2024 in the sign of Capricorn. That was your last whole sign house. Up, up, up you go into a new level of success. Welcome to this channel. My name is Lori Lothian, and I am your intrepid astrologer using the Western tropical zodiac and whole sign houses. We are not using sidereal astrology here today. I would love you to also know that astrology is a map of time. It's just like you would go on vacation with your GPS settings ready to go so you don't make any wrong turns, or if you're as old as I am, you use a real map in the car. This is the map of time, past, present, and future. And in this way, we can use it to time our best life is to move in the direction that the sky is already moving. Who wants to swim upstream when you can go downstream with the current? So in today's video, I'm reminding you, this is the current that's pushing through your sky between March 17th of 2026 and at about 26 months. So that's how you can think about this story. This is where you can use it. And that's where you can ride the wave of destined change that Mars is bringing you. Now, and I also wanted to say one more thing. Astrology is not here to scare you. I hear a lot of people in the comments all the time asking me about, I'm terrified. What do I do? And I even get a lot of private emails. People are literally petrified. Astrology is a guiding tool, not a scary tool. It's here to show you the direction things are moving so you can move in alignment. I think we create suffering and pain in our lives because we resist what is and what is becoming. We always want to make our own story about what should be. But, you know, if you live 63 years like I have, things that looked terrible at one point, the end of my 20-year marriage, right? And it had a bad ending. Really, like a lot of betrayal and stuff going on there, not by me. But at the end of the day, when I look back, I see the beauty of it, because who I am today and what I've become is because I was extricating myself from that situation in alignment with, by the way, eclipses. Both of my marriages ended on eclipses through the Leo Aquarius axis of my chart. So life is taking its course. Relax. Don't be so petrified. Okay. Jesus, take the wheel and go for it, because Mars is rising in Pisces for the never least and never last Pisces sun, moon, and rising. Oh, I hear a question. What's the difference between my sun, my moon, and my rising sign? Take a deep breath, Lori. You're going to tell the story again. Your rising sign is a simulation avatar. It's literally when you were born, you took a breath. Someone looked to the eastern horizon, clocked the hour of birth, and said, the horoscopos, the hour of birth, you're lined up to Western tropical, question mark, for me, Aquarius rising. So literally, it kind of describes the character you're playing in the simulation, or if you were watching a movie, it's the movie character that someone wrote. But an actor has to play the role, or a game player has to jump into the simulation or the video game. And that's your sun. That's a real essential you. You can call it your spirit. It's eternal, unborn. It exists through space and time beyond one lifetime. And so that's your core essence. And if you want to think of your sun sign for listening today, it can represent matters connected more prominently to one's career and purpose, father and father figures. It also is essentially about what you're on the planet for. After the age of 44, 45, after your second Saturn return, your sun wakes up from sleepy time and you become more actively solar. And if you are looking to listen to your sun, moon, and rising, and you're over your mid 40s, definitely listen as well for your sun sign. And finally, your moon sign is like, I feel this, I think this, I feel and I think, and it's like the reflective light of the sun, the spirit. And we're in a body mind complex and we have a lot of feelings and a lot of thinkings. And, animals feel, right? We're mammalian beings. And so don't ever tell me a dog's not sad. I've seen it. We're going to talk about how the 26 months that follows when Mars becomes a visible planet in our sky, how that will outline a new story for you that's similar to April of 2011. Add 2 years to 2013, April of 1979 to like late spring of add 2 years. 1981. These are repeating cycles, pattern recognition and cycle repetition. Should I say it again? Go back to April of 2011 and add 2 years. Go back to April of 1979 and add about 2 years. Now you're going to do it again. You're going to go March of 2026 and you're going to add 2 years and you're going to see the changes unfolding. And I want you to notice that this is what we're talking about. Mars will be co-joining the sun on January the 9th. He'll be deeply, deeply invisible until March the 17th. So we won't say that he's going to give you all of the proof of his pudding here until we see him rising into the visible sky in Pisces in the month of March. And we'll be covering the heliacal rise of Mars in Pisces. That's a whole other cool story. And I'll be teaching a course on that if I'm well enough Thursday. Otherwise, I won't be. But this story here, that's important. And one thing I'll say, everybody's out of bounds. Venus and Mercury and Mars, and also the January 3rd lunation that we had, the full moon that we had over here was out of bounds. We've got so much out of bounds energy, guys. So every planet wants to break the rules. Every planet's like busting out and doing its own thing. It's kind of like got no choreographer, maestro. There can be volatility with this energy. And don't forget, I'm giving you a story that runs for 2 whole years. Don't think about this week. Probably can't see evidence for this Mars reset button for change of direction, change of choosing, acting, deciding, cutting, ending, and severing. Choosing, acting, deciding, cutting, ending, and severing are Martian words already. And Mars will help you choose, cut, and sever. Like you cut the gangrene limb off your body, right? You prune the dead wood off the tree. So we need the cutting, severing, and ending feature of reality. And sometimes we don't want things to end. We want to cling to our marriage, our job, our home, or whatever it is. But Mars will help us separate or divide or cut and decide. So that's the whole point of the all signs. I'll be talking about where you're making some major life changes and choices in the Capricorn part of your sky that will influence your life over a 2-year window. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Call to action. So you want to get the last class of a Divine Timing Masterclass and the replays at a really big discount, probably 30 or 40%. Check the description box. Code CELEBRATE all caps. Code CELEBRATE all caps gives you 40% off every course I've ever taught on replay mode at my new teaching site at lorilothian.com. Check below. And what was the other? Come to my Chiron webinar. I'll see you guys there. It's sometime in June. I haven't set the date. By the time I'm recording this way early, like May the 10th, 11th, you'll know in the description box what the date is, how to sign up, or how to get on the wait list for when I do publicize the webinar. I do a lot of free webinars. This was not free. It might be $10, but I always do like tons, like 600 people take a webinar and 2 people tip me. And I went, why am I doing that? You want to learn, tip me, just pay me $10 then. All right. Ciao, guys. Lunatic astrology.